The goal of this tutorial is to introduce to the user the basics of using Rational Publishing Engine to create a style and to understand the advantages of using a Word and CSS style sheet for the RPE's outputs. We will create a document containing the stakeholder requirements for a new car that will be commercialized. The document will be formatted with style sheets and a set of styles created in RPE Document Studio. Our template will be populated with data from an XML source, so we will start by adding a generic XML data source. Select the schema file from Data folder and finish the wizard. The data source will be added in our template and now it can be used to create queries to extract data in our output documents. Using the contextual menu or the palette, we will insert a paragraph that will hold the title page. This page will be centered, so with the paragraph selected, go to Properties page in the right side of the screen and set the paragraph alignment to center. When a property value is modified, a star will appear in the property name. Our title page will be a table containing a representative image and the module's name. Add a table with 3 rows, each row with 3 cells inside. As we said before, the title page needs to be centered, so center the table using Table Alignment property. We will delete the table's borders, color, width and style and set them individual on cells. Styles will be created only when the same formatting properties are applied to more than one element. The cells from the table's corners will have margin borders with color 0, which is black, style single and width value 1. To save time, we recommend to not working on large data sources. The amount of time required for getting the extracted data can be minimized by configuring the document specification with small data sources. We also recommend running the template from time to time, to make sure that the output results are what you need. While the cells are formatted, we'll explain some concepts about Stylesheet and styles. Formatting, styling and template design will add big improvements in the way data is exposed in output document and will make the user's work much easier. We will see how a style is visible in different output formats, the way in which RPE element properties override style properties, and the way that styles from RPE template and the ones from Stylesheet are handled, merged, etc. A style is a set of formatting attributes that are applied on the template elements. Some of the advantages of using styles are consistency. When you use styles to format your document, each section is formatted the same and therefore provides a professional, clean-looking document. Easier to modify. If you use styles in your document consistently, you only need to update a given style once if you want to change the characteristics of all text formatted in that style. Efficiency. You can create a style once and then apply it to any section in the document without having to format each section individually. This allows quick formatting modifications throughout the document. Style sheets are a collection of styles and layout settings. Advantages of using style sheets are consistency. The document shall have same formatting and look from start to end. Easier to modify. Making a change within the style sheet reflects on the new generated documents that are based on it. At the end of this tutorial, the user will be able to create its own style according to its needs, and to use custom style sheets to the Word or HTML output. Style sheets that contain style definitions, page settings, etc. After tables' borders are formatted, we can start to add some content to our title page. The module's name will be into a container, on first cell from the second row. This name will be extracted from the data file. Drag from data source the module query and drop it on container. Add an internal variable to hold the module's name. Insert the name of the variable and click the OK button. Once added, variables will be displayed in the outline view. Once queries are assigned to template elements, all the attributes of the elements returned by the queries can be used. Use the paragraph that was just inserted to format the name of the module that will be displayed on title page. On Script Expression tab, select Attribute Name and write the script to replace the space character with a new line. More information about the most used script expressions can be found on our blog section. Insert a text element on cell and set the value from data expression to module name variable. Or simply drag the variable and drop it inside paragraph. Select the cell to access its properties. Expand the formatting and the specific features. Set center right value in cell alignment property. On the paragraph, using the contextual menu, set the style title. This style is defined by default in RPE and has the bold on true and font size to 18. Near the module's name we will add a representative image for our document. Insert an image element and load car.jpg from the resources folder. With the image selected, set the maximum width to 220. This is the upper limit for image width. Now, set on cell that holds the image col span value 2. This will merge the cell with the next one in the column. To format the first and third rows, create a style named Style Row Height. Step into New Style Wizard and add the name of the style. On Style Property page, from the list of available properties, select the row to be added in the new style. Set row height value to 10 and once presentable to true. Finish the wizard to create the style and add it to our template. Assign the style on first and on third row. If a style is applied to a template element that also has values set for individual formatting properties, the element's changes overrides the styles if such an overlap exists. To handle the properties of the title page, we will create a new master page named MP Title. By default, the page orientation in a new master page will be portrait. Expand the margin feature and set on top page margin the value to 160. Drag the table and drop it inside the paragraph. The title master page will be assigned to paragraph using contextual menu. To handle the pages of the rest of the document, we will create a new master page named MP Content. A master page holds the page's properties such as page margin, orientation, border, etc., but holds also the header element and the footer element. MP Content will have in header the module's name and a representative image. In footer will have the current page number. A table with one row and two cells will hold the elements both in header and footer. The table from header will have only the bottom border visible, so set the table border color to black, style to single and width to 1. Also delete the default values of cell border. We want to have a table that occupies the entire page surface, from the left margin to the right margin, so we set the auto fit to window value on table auto fit property. The same modification must be performed for the second table from footer, but this one will have top border visible. By default, a document template does not create new pages, because at design time you do not know when a page will start. However, the template can define data placeholders. You can define pagination in a document template through master pages. As we said before, the header will hold a representative image in the module's name. For this, add in first cell an image element and load car.jpg file from Resources folder. You can change the way the palette works in the template editor. In the Preferences window, click RPE Document Studio. In the right pane, click No to not keep the palette till selected after insertion in template. With image element selected, set the upper limit for image width to 72. On first cell, set the cell alignment from specific feature to bottom left and the cell width to 200. From the outline view, drag the variable module name and drop it on the second cell from header. RPE will automatically create a text element inside and set the variable as value for the text element. Now set the cell alignment to bottom right. With this last setting, we can move on the footer formatting. The footer element will hold only the page's number. From the palette, insert a page number element in the second cell from footer table. This cell must be aligned to top right. Let's save the template and make a quick run to view how the output documents looks. If you try to run the template in this moment, RPE will notify you that data source is not configured. Change the perspective and right-click on Generic XML data source to configure it. Select the XML file from Data folder and press OK to configure the data source. While RPE publishing function is running, a progress dialog appears and a set of messages are displayed on progress dialog and in console to inform the user about the stage of document generation. After the generation process is finished, a results dialog appears to allow user to access the results. This is how your Word document should look like. As we can see, in this moment we have no content data, only the title page. Go back in template content to add some modifications. For the cell padding settings, we will create another style named Style Cell Padding. This style will contain the cell properties and will be applied on cells from MP Content Master page. On Set Property Value page from Wizard, expand the cell text padding feature and set value 3 on all cell text paddings property. Go back in MP Content tab to assign the style. You can apply a style on any element from an open template using the contextual menu, or drag and drop it on the desired element in the content editor area, or you can set it directly in Properties view. Under the main paragraph, insert a table of contents and assign MP Content as master page. Insert 5 containers in our template in this structure. The containers are needed here to specify the points where decisions must be made regarding the contents of the output document that will be generated. Containers can be used to group a set of elements, or to hold queries, conditions, styles or assignments. Right-click on Variable node in Outline View to add a new internal variable named Variable Searched Word. Follow same steps to create the third variable used in template name variable user. Create a condition for the first child container. The runtime flow will pass through this condition when the report will be generated for the name Simon. Use the combo buttons to select the operands of the condition. Select the child container and make the following assignment for the variable searched word. Comfort is a word that is most probably mentioned in data extracted from the XML data source, so filtering the data with this word can be a good criteria. Create a condition for the second child container. The runtime flow will pass through this condition when the report will be generated for the name David. Press the Add button to create the condition. Select the child container as shown in this video, and make the following assignment for the variable searched word. Economy word will be the filter criteria for the user David. Under the 5 containers, add another container with a paragraph and 2 containers inside. This will hold the extracted data from generic XML data source. From data source schema view, drag module object query on the container. In this way we can access the attributes of the elements returned by the query. Search the module object table query in schema and drop it on the second container. We need to add a condition on paragraph to filter the object heading attributes which are not empty. From the right pane of condition dialog, select the object heading attribute and drop it in script expression editor. Write the condition and press OK button to add the condition. On the container, we will add a condition to filter the object text attributes which are not empty. Script expression editor allows users to select the operands and the operators from a list of values. Drag and drop the attribute module object heading on first container. RPE will automatically create a new text element and set its value. On the second container, insert another 2 containers. Both containers will display the object text attribute, but if the searched word is found, it will be applied another style and an image will be added. As we will have different format settings depending on the searched word filtering, we will insert 2 conditions. Insert the following condition that means that the processing can continue if the searched word is not found. For the second container, we will have the opposite condition, meaning that the processing continues inside it when the searched word is within the text element content that comes from the XML file, so data extracted here will be highlighted using a different style and an image. Copy the condition to use it on the next container. Add a new condition on container element. Paste the expression in editor and modify the operator. Optionally, you can verify the condition by using the test option. In this way you can test the condition before applying it to the current element. Insert a paragraph element in the container where the text is displayed when the searched word is not found, and simply drag the module object text in it. Insert a paragraph in the container that handles the searched data, and put an image inside it and 2 text elements. edit the first text content to have a space, and for the second text, drag the module object text attribute. Load the !.jpg image into the RPE image element. This will be useful for a fast identification of the phrases that contain the searched word. Save the template and publish the document to see how output document looks like in this moment. As you can see, now we have the information extracted, the header and footer are set on document and the paragraphs that contain the searched word are highlighted. We will have two different styles, one for the image element and one for the text element. First style, named style icon, have image properties, where image max height is set to 12, because we do not want a huge image in line with text. The style for the text element, called style specific task, shall have two text properties set, the bold set on true and font color set with the value CF0, which is dark red. A style can be defined both in template and in Stylesheet. Styles defined in RPE can combine properties for any given elements, unlike styles from Microsoft Word. You can use styles that are not defined in the document template as long as they are provided in the Stylesheet only by specifying their name on style property. After creating those styles, assign style icon for the image, and style specific task for the text with the object text attribute assigned. Within the container that holds the module object table query, insert the following RPE elements, considering that every element from the following string is a parent for the next one: table, container, row, cell. In the cell element, insert two containers, one for the text that will hold phrases with the searched word, and one for all others. The purpose of using containers is to avoid inserting empty tables or empty rows, so a table or a row is drawn only if it exists. Drop on container the query module object table row and on cell module object table row object. Insert the image !.jpg and two texts, one having a space and the second with module object table row object text query as we did before. You can copy these elements from the above container and set only the query on last the text element. Insert the same query on the container with the condition that allow processing to continue if the searched word is not found. The two containers must have the same condition, the only difference is that the object text attribute must be from module object table row object. So in Edit Condition dialog, copy the conditions, select the correct contexts and set them on containers. We need a style for the first row within a table, also called a header row. So create one and call it style row repeat, and add a row element in the style definition. Edit the following properties: effect all caps on true, Font color on 4F8 FCF, which is light blue. Assigning this style to the row and another one for cell that will be created cannot be made directly because within the table there is just one row and one cell and those are iterated. So there is the need for a script-based assignment. Create a style for the cells that will be situated in the header row, and call it Style Header Cell. Add a cell and a text element in the style definition within the style creation wizard. Edit the following properties: all borders color to 00, all borders style to single, all borders width to 2, cell background color to DFEFFF. For the text element branch, edit the property bold to true. You will note, when the output will be published, that the font settings within this style will be merged with the font settings from the style row repeat. Select the row and set style as we said before. If row number equals 1, the style name will be style row repeat. Don't forget to select in the right side of the dialog the row number variable. A script expression allows you to enter calculated values by creating JavaScript snippets to process the data attributes. For example, script expressions can combine data attributes, trim white spaces, and transform numeric values into textual descriptions. A script must be assigned also for the cell element because the style header cell must be assigned only for the cells from the first row. This decision can be made again by reading the row number variable value that is changed only when a row is reached, as we said before. Later we will modify this script expression to distinguish the cells. Another script must be set for the row repeat at page beginning property for the row. By default, the property is set to false, because only the first row can be drawn every time a table is split at the end of the page, in order to be continued from the beginning of the following page with that first row. This behavior is transmitted to RPE in order to handle it at runtime. Save your work and hit the Generate Current Document button. When the runtime is finished, an explicit message is displayed, and the result dialog is displayed. It contains the links for the output documents that are currently supported. Edit the code for the table of contents element to keep the headings references only within it. Set the table of content code to OTA to 9HZT heading 11. Check out Word documentation for details or www.reportingarena.com. Modify the default maximum level that is displayed in a table of contents to 9 and also set the font color of the text to CFEFF, which is a light blue. Create a new style, and call it Style Cell Alternate. Put the cell element in the style definition, and set the cell background color to a light blue like in the table of contents. This style will be applied on the table's cell. You can apply a style to any element in a template using the contextual menu, the Properties view, or simply by dragging from Outline view directly on the element. Now modify the style name for the table's cell that iterates corresponding objects from the XML data source, with the following script: if row number is not equals with 1 and it's odd, the style will be Style Cell Alternate. To separate the table of contents to the rest of the document, set on the container that is under the table true on force page change property. If this property is true, a page break will be inserted if the current master page is similar with the previous one. In order to have the heading numbers in the Word document, please specify the style sheet path for the Word output in the document specification file from Launcher perspective. Also set the style sheet for HTML output. This style sheet contains 3 classes to format the title, the table and the cells. You can customize these style sheets as you want by modifying the heading indents, heading styles, numberings, styles, etc. Open the Word output, right-click and select Update Field option to display the table of content. Now document data is separated from the table of contents. This is how your Word output should look like. Observe the heading cell is repeated at page beginning and the styles that are applied from Style Sheet. Take a look in the HTML output file. More videos, tutorials and information about Rational Publishing Engine can be found on www.reportingarena.com. Thank you for watching this video.